Hello and welcome, friends. Frenzy here, bringing you more Kerbal Space Program 1.0. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put this kind of under a new playlist called KSP Shenanigans. So just random ideas I have that I like to kind of have fun with in Kerbal Space Program. So we're in sandbox mode. As you see here, I've built a kind of SLS style replica. So the Space Launch System, kind of our NASA's new attempt at getting into space, going beyond low Earth orbits, is going to be through this beautiful looking thing, sort of looking thing. I tried to make it the best I could. And what I thought I would do is, one of the new things in KSP 1.0 is they've made it so parts do not delete or disappear after, I think, 22 kilometers now, I believe it is. It used to be about 2 kilometers. So I thought, why not try to do a SpaceX style recovery of parts, kind of using SLS. So we're going to go ahead and try to recover the core stage and the second stage of this thing, and we're going to see how that works out. So 22 kilometers, it's definitely a big improvement over 2 kilometers. It makes something like this doable, so I thought I would just try it, see what happens, and have some fun with it too. So as you can see, I'm jettisoning my boosters here. Bye, boosters! It actually looks pretty cool. I always love booster separations. They're just so magnificent. So we're going to go ahead and pitch a little bit here. One of the things, it took me quite a few tries to actually do this. Well, actually, I shouldn't say. It took me a couple tries. It wasn't actually that bad. I found that you need to take a much more kind of vertical approach. You can't pitch over as much. And I'm going to go ahead and quick save here just because, yeah, it's when you're doing something like this, it's always good to go ahead and quick save. So that's a cool little feature. If you hit like Alt F5, you can actually save like different type of quick saves, and if you hit Alt F9, you can load up different quick saves. So makes things a little bit easier there. You can see my air brakes there, which are they're actually, I think, acting as control surfaces. So they kind of look at the SpaceX grid fins on the Falcon 9 rocket. So it kind of has a cool effect like that. I didn't know it actually would do that, so I was actually kind of surprised. And we're going to go ahead and separate. So we get rid of that core stage there. Okay. Gotta get control of this thing, I guess. So we lose our first stage. So first stage is gone now. So really, now I'm basically trying to burn as much as I can. I really have to give myself as much time as I can to go ahead and learn that, or land that first stage before it gets out of range at 22 kilometers. So we do have a little bit of time here. I'm trying to give myself as much time to apoapse as I can, because really that's when you want to begin your burn. So I'm pushing pretty hard here to try to do that. Trying to give the... Really, this is definitely by far not the most efficient way to do this by any stretch of the imagination, I should point out. It is not what you'd ideally want, but it's a way that I'm kind of making sure I can implement my recovery of stages here. And you can see here I'm now burning first stage, trying to recover this huge core stage of kind of my SLS launcher here. So we're able to kill some speed here. I've did a gimbaling limiter as well as thrust limiter to try to help myself out a little bit here. We're coming in pretty fast. Oh, I forgot to put down my landing gear. But that's okay. Who needs landing gears, right? Overrated if I say so myself. So we recovered that. So now we're on. We're going back and we're going to go ahead and see if we can't have a little bit of success with the second stage. So we're going to go ahead and try to get to orbit. Because remember, that's important. We actually have to get to orbit. Otherwise, this whole thing, like, what's the point? It would be easy to recover stages if I didn't have to worry about getting into orbit. So we're burning now, as you can see here. Trying to pick up as much speed as I can using this second stage. It's going pretty nicely. It's working well so far. We're making some speed. We need about 2,000, a little bit over 2,200 meters a second to get to where I need to be in orbit. And again, this probably isn't going to be the most optimal type of orbit. I might need to do a little bit of adjusting based on what happens, because I'm going to have to go ahead and cut my stage here in probably just a second, because I'm going to need a little bit of fuel, definitely, to land this thing. Absolutely, 100%. One thing I did here, which would have made this a lot easier, but to me it's not as fun, is the, I could use parachutes, but I don't know, that's not as fun. And SpaceX doesn't use parachutes because it would, obviously they're trying to basically land like the equivalent to like a postage stamp. So they really need as much control as they can, and parachutes reduce control, obviously. It kind of limits your control where you want to place something down. And I've dished that second stage, so again, the race is on, 22 kilometers, so I'm going to try to burn as well as I can. I have to lift my apoaps here a little bit here. One of the downsides of that first stage, recovering that first stage, is it does take a little bit of time. I almost suicide burned it almost in entirety. So basically, I was trying to get it done as quickly as I can. Apologize for the UI bugs here. I have a couple of mods installed, which I think which need to be updated. So just ignore that. You can see Valentina here is having an absolute blast. She is a ball of fun. Love Valentina. Cannot get enough of Valentina. So glad they added female Kerbals. I think that's a really special thing to do. And squad, I think you did a really good job of how you implemented it. All right, so apoaps not doing too badly here. Yeah, we're doing actually pretty well. We're burning well here. Got to get ready to switch over soon, so I'm just burning for dear life to make sure I can keep this thing in orbit. And I think I'll be fine. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm starting to pull up my periaps here, as you can see in the upper left hand with the periaps site, thanks to Kerbal Engineer. So I switched back, and I tried to plot this out so I could land on this landmass over here. Re-entry heating is going to be interesting. Those was one of my bigger worries. I didn't know if this thing would completely burn up or not. Now, it was a suborbital flight, so it's not like we're coming in from orbit or returning from the moon or anything like that. So it's not going to be an overwhelming amount. One thing I do is I deploy. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to deploy my air brakes here. I think that'll slow me down. Whether or not those burn off or not, I have no idea. I'm going to limit my gimbal here a little bit too, because I don't want it twitching out quite as much. And yeah, we're starting to get some re-entry heat. So let me go ahead and quick save here just to be sure. Full disclosure, so you can see me quick saving. I actually did not. I'm very proud of myself. I did not have to use it at all for this particular stage. I did have to use it, I think, once or twice for the core stage, trying to land that thing. But I was pretty good. I did well on this one. I was happy with myself. And we're burning up here a little bit, but not too bad. Looks like we're gonna go ahead and impact to land, which is good. We want to do that. We want to land this thing on land. Yeah, so that'll be nice, right? Coming in hot, but looks good. Overheating, not that much of an issue again. Suborbital flight, not going to be overwhelming here. And this is, again, something SpaceX wants to do. They want to return not just that core stage, what they're trying to do. You should definitely check out some of the videos. Maybe I'll put a link in the description so you guys can kind of check out some of their attempts at doing that. It's really cool. But they also return the second stage from some of their crafts as well, which is definitely a challenge in its own. Kerbal Space Program, definitely a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and make another quick save. Yeah, why not? Just in case. But again, didn't actually have to end up using it. I'm going to pat myself on the back. I'm pretty happy with that. Not to say that I haven't done many explosions before. We're coming down pretty nicely here. Our speed, about 140 meters a second. So we'll get ready to start burning here. Let me go ahead and, yeah, I did not put on my... Yeah, again, who needs stinking landing gears, right? Or who needs landing legs? Overrated, I say. So I'm going to go ahead and just plop this thing right on the engine. And let's see if we can get this bad boy down. So we're running a little bit low on fuel. So again, suicide burns, definitely a necessity when you're doing this thing. It's definitely, you need to conserve as much fuel as possible, and suicide burns are by far the most efficient way to drop something on the ground. Not the safest by any stretch of the imagination, but we're coming down pretty nicely here, and come on, slow, and right on that engine. Nope, don't fall over. Woo! Alright, so we got it, right? This thing is down. Very nice. Oh, man, it was intense, let me tell you. I wish I could have put in some live commentary, but as it happens to be, my life tends to be a little bit hectic where I live at the moment, so sometimes it's not always easy to get the cleanest audio, so post commentary. But honestly, one of the things I do is I do this kind of I do this like, I think I recorded this like a day or two ago maybe. Or maybe it was yesterday. I don't even remember. So a lot of times I forget, honestly, what happens between then and now. And you can see here now our third stage, we're actually burning for orbit. And I think we have a nice stable orbit. So, and if you look up in the upper left, you can see Kerbal Engineers telling us we have over 2,000 meters per second of delta V. So that is nice. So this would be a great way to save a lot of costs and monies in career mode if you're going to, say... work on a space station or, do crew transfers on a space station. So we have a lot of cool things here. Let's go ahead and check out each of our stages to make sure they're still alive. Looks like the second stage is good to go. We know that. Let me just see if I can find the core stage and go ahead and take a look at that. But as we do, I just want to thank you guys. We hit 60 subscribers today. I am super excited. You guys have been absolutely incredible, supporting the channel, leaving awesome comments. So just want to thank you guys, my heartfelt. Just thank you for everything you guys are doing to kind of help make this channel successful. It's really all you guys. And go ahead and tap that like button. As always, I appreciate it. It really means a lot to me. And subscribe. Tell your friends if you haven't already subscribed. Go ahead and tell your friends about it too, as we see one explosion here of me failing. But again, thank you guys, and I will see you next time.